I quit manifesting and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Take a deep breath with me. Every breath we take is shifting us from one reality into the other. We are quantum shifting right now. Now, everyone talks about manifestation and how manifestation is so powerful and blah, right? But manifestation is a frequency. It's a set of actions, is power, basically. So there's the difference between using the law of attraction, which is slower because it incorporates time and space. It has a very specific vibration. Then we can step into manifestation. Then we can step into jumping. Then we can just step into instantaneousness. All right. So taking a deep breath in, we're going to start activating the law of attraction in 3, 2, 1. I want you to just think about your life. Just think about your life in general. Think about what it means, the adventure you've gone on, all that stuff. And then think about how you've used the law of attraction in your life. You're going to naturally start feeling something shift. It might feel like there's a little bit of pressure right here in your head, but essentially, like, the law of attraction has a very specific frequency, right? And sometimes people feel it deeper in the body, etc. It doesn't matter where you're feeling it. Just give it a scale, right? If 10 is like the most powerful frequency you've ever felt, and I've given you a lot of meditations and experiences on this channel for you to kind of calibrate where a 10 is. If not, check out one of my other videos. But, right, calibrate where your 10 is, where you've ever experienced it, and where is this on that scale of 10? 10 is like the most powerful experience you've ever had. For most people, this would be like a 2 or a 3, right? So then I want you to stay thinking about your life, think about your life, think about your life, think about your entire life, think about all the things that have happened in your life, and then think about all the times you've manifested. You're going to notice that when you start thinking about all of your manifestations, the vibration changes. It's like a higher frequency. It's a higher pitch, right? Like for me, when I think about the law of attraction, I feel it a lot in this area of my head, and it's like slow. It's kind of like dial-up internet. And then when I think about manifestation is very much so in my heart. It gets amplified, and I feel like, whoa, like somebody literally turned on the volume to like a soundtrack that I was listening to. Now, use that calibration technique that I just told you, right? Like out of 10, 10 is like the most powerful experience you've ever had. Is this more or less than the law of attraction? For most people, it's going to be more. So this would be more like a 5 or a 6 on that scale, right? So then for other people too, it might be different. Like sometimes some people really are intertwined with that concept of time and space. So the law of attraction seems more stronger for them just because their brain is wired. Their perception, the way they look at reality is wired better for that particular design, blueprint of reality. So we did law of attraction, manifestation. So now I want you to think about quantum shifting. Like think about your life, think about the times you've noticed quantum shifting, or you've even just played around with it. You're going to notice that your vibration kind of changes again. It might be more intense, or it might just feel like it's more spread out. When I think about like quantum shifting, I feel a lot in my third eye over here on this side, and then I kind of feel like energy pulsing down my body and then back up and then down again, right? Whatever shift or change that you've had from law of attraction to manifestation to quantum shifting is the vibrations that I'm talking about, right? So then manifestation, like when you're thinking about manifestation, you really got to be like focused and like really constantly reminding yourself of the frequency that you want to be in, right? The frequency that you want to visualize at some point. When you're using the law of attraction, you're doing a lot of hoping. Like, okay, let me keep reminding myself, oh my God, universe, please. Like most people treat law of attraction as 3D. That's why it has a very specific vibration. Manifestation as 4D because you know you can create with reality if you stay focused on what it is that you're creating. And then quantum shifting tends to be more like 4D, 5D because for a lot of people it's like still seems mystical, but it also has that anchoring of like scientificness, right? There's some sort of science, so there's like more material reality backing it up in some way. So quantum shifting is very in alignment with 3D concepts because you still need proof to see how that works in your reality, right? So then take another deep breath in. I want you to think about quantum jumping. Think about your life, think about your life, think about quantum jumping. Now, when I think about quantum jumping, I get even more energy coming through my body. You might feel the same thing. Like, I definitely feel like my chakras are blasting because quantum jumping is more of that 5D, 6D kind of energy where you understand that reality isn't constructed the way you think it is, even if it looks very specific. There's rules that you still don't even fully understand, and those rules could work for you. Now, keep thinking about your life and think about the law of attraction again. Most people go from like up here down. Think about manifestation. Think about quantum shifting. Think about quantum jumping. And you can feel the difference in vibration, right? Because each one of them has a very specific perception. I want you to take the time at home to think about what you believe when you're using the law of attraction. Then do it again for manifestation. What do I believe when I'm using manifestation? If you can identify the perception or the way of thinking, the blueprint in which you design reality from as a creator when you're using any of the labels, you'll notice which ones work better for you. When I work with specific deities that are associated to like totality and like the void, that's really strong magic for me, and especially if I'm working with like deities of like the sun, that's really strong magic for me. But then if I'm working with like deities of love, that's not always going to be like my strong suit, right? So like if you can create like a profile of yourself, right? Some sort of profile, understanding what your strengths and what your weaknesses are when you change your thought process. Reality shifts, it quantum shifts by how you think or what you believe. So you know how we jump through all those different definitions? Every time you felt a shift between law of attraction to manifestation, you were automatically quantum shifting by doing that process. And when you went from manifesting to quantum shifting, you quantum shifted again to do something, right? So then let's take another deep breath, relax your mind, relax everything that's going through your body right now. I want you to think about truth. Like, think about how truth shows up in your reality, what truth means to you, how you would like to experience truth. Just focus on truth. Define it for yourself. Be as honest as you can with yourself. Notice that if you're going to define truth, you have to be extremely truthful with yourself about what truth means to you. So that doesn't always mean like those fluffy ideas that make you feel good. It also can be the ideas that make you feel uncomfortable. And as you feel your consciousness shift just now, you just quantum shifted, right? I want you to think about truth from the perception of manifestation. Now think of truth from the perception of law of attraction. Notice the difference between the two frequencies. Notice if one feels harder or the other one feels easier, or if one of them just feels like ill, gross, I don't want to be here right now. When I think about manifesting truth, manifestation is like truth has to present itself because that's what I'm in alignment with, right? When I think about the law of attraction with truth, oh, I'm trying to do something so that the truth can show up for me, right? It seems like a lot more work. Now, I want you to think about quantum jumping into truth, or truth being your quantum jump. Notice the shift that happens in your body, right? When I think about truth being my quantum jump, it becomes my guiding compass. It's no longer something that I need to like even call forth or anything. It's just naturally going to happen because that's what I want to be in. And notice, I'm not shifting you. I'm not like actually trying to like get you to do a traditional jump like in some of my other videos. This is just me showing you perception. Every thought you have is a density. So like, you know how people tell you think positive thoughts? Sure, you can think positive thoughts, but if the vibration of that positive thought is not anchored in your physical body or in your reality, that positive thought does not equate to anything. That's why your affirmations don't necessarily work. I did so many affirmations and I ended up realizing that I was missing the fundamentals, which is like the actual vibration. So you tell yourself, I'm a millionaire, or I am rich, or I'm surrounded by love. But if you don't believe it, or you don't force yourself to look for evidence in reality, then you cannot be in alignment with that vibration. It wasn't until I was like, I am happy. I am happy. I'm 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 happy. Right. And I just would be like, I'm happy, and nothing would happen. Right. But then I'd be like, I'm happy. I'm choosing happiness. So, like, I'm happy. I am happy. I am happy. And you can even hear it in your voice when you like are saying something you don't believe, and then you're saying something you do believe, or you're forcing yourself to believe. The vibration in your voice changes, which means the vibration of the thought in external reality changes. So then reality orients itself, it shifts according to the weight of your vibration. If I deeply believe something, it has a more density or gravity associated to it. It's going to happen more real like, because I actually hold that frequency that it is. So, for instance, if you're a psychic, if you're a psychic and you know it's easy for you to use your tarot to be extremely accurate, that's the reality that's going to naturally manifest for you, because you're in the vibration of like, I'm really good friends with my tarot. My tarot are like never wrong. So yeah, my tarot are gonna like read you to filth, right? And if you come in with that energy, your tarot are going to perform with that energy. Same thing happens with your spirit guides. If you know your spirit guides can materialize themselves for real. And the thing is, a lot of times people want to step into these states so that they can prove something to someone else, which means if you're proving it to somebody else, you're in the vibration of like, you still don't believe it. So it might or might not work. All right. As a shaman that's been doing this for like 25 years plus, dude, I can't explain to you like the double standard of thought that actually exists in reality. If I want to be more powerful, I can't convince you of me being powerful. I have to embody the power and then say, fuck it. If you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, you don't. And then as I sit in that like sovereignty, you will naturally feel the frequency, right? So like the same thing happens when you're using law of attraction. Like certain things in law of attraction, yeah, okay, you can do that, but not everything is going to be manifested through the law of attraction. Like my bigger, more complex projects, like if I want to manifest an experience, I quantum jump into that. If I want to bend reality and just see what spiritual alchemy can do and play around with my spells, I'm quantum shifting, right? Because I'm shifting reality with my perceptions. If I need something to be a consistent reminder of my reality, I manifest it so I can always see it. And then if it's not that big of a deal for me and it's kind of like, cool, I'd like to have it, but it's not that big of a deal, then it's law of attraction, because law of attraction is the slowest way to get it. It has time and space associated to it. So I'm going to put the back burner shit on that so that it will show up at one point or another. The reason why you see other people create their realities very quickly is because somewhere fundamentally they understand the difference between law of attraction, manifestation, quantum jumping, quantum shifting, right? And then there's other processes that are beyond this. Like you can speak Antojai, right? Which is like what my entire school and the Antojai shamanism community is about. Like you learn how to actually speak the language of the cosmos. So like at any moment you're like, hey, I need to create happiness. You know the exact way to do that. Like it's one simple step, and then bam, not just you, but everyone around you starts feeling happiness, and they don't even know why they're doing it, right? Because you're the highest vibrating, most conscious person in the room that holds the highest perception. So because you have the highest perception, you can manipulate the most amount of space. And this is kind of like 0 point theory. Like if you really understand the core of your 0 point, or where you're allowing the rest of your reality to manifest from, you have more dexterity. You have the ability to actually start dictating what happens around you in your reality. Taking a deep breath in. Now, I want you to just tell yourself this last thing. Think about your life. Think about truth. I want you to think about life and truth at the same time. And as you're thinking about both of those, be like, there's something beyond law of attraction, manifesting, quantum shifting, quantum jumping. There's something beyond that. And I don't even know what it is, but I'm willing to experience it. Notice that shift. Like the shifts can be subtle, but it's obviously more powerful. And then a lot of times people are like, I have a problem pursuing power, you don't have a problem pursuing power. You just don't know what power means to you. Power for some people is love, right? For me, power is love. Like the more I get you to understand how reality actually works, I feel you become more powerful, and it's my way of showing you and all of humanity that I love you, that I love reality itself. I love every atom because I want every atom to feel powerful and love itself, right? Power for some people is money. Power for some people is being super hot. Like power for other people is disappearing and living on the top of a mountain by themselves for the next 25 years, right? Like power is so different. And it's not really the concept of power that you have a problem with. You have a problem with the fact that you've been given an idea of power and you've never defined power for yourself. When you define what power truly means to you, then you can shift your perception on power and suddenly you see power everywhere. You become powerful because you're no longer at odds with the definition of power for you. All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, give this video a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how it made you feel. Where did you struggle? What's your favorite technique? You know, like which one are you? Are you a jumper, shifter, manifester, law of attractionist? Is it other? If you want to learn how to do more of this, join my Patreon and my other communities, or just grab the Antojai Quantum Reiki Tarot. That is going to teach you. It's a spell book, oracle deck, and a tarot deck all in one, all right? So it's the most accurate tarot in the world. It will teach you how to bend reality in real time. So if you want to check that out, everything's going to be links in the descriptions below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sending you a lot of love. Antojai.